What's up, Lions? It's been a minute, but I wanted to hold true to my word and give LUNAR Silver Star Story my full attention with a complete playthrough. A couple weeks and a little under 30 game hours later, I completed it. I gotta say, it was a really good time. All the other games in my collection that I've shown y'all so far are ones that I ain't played in years. But since I just completed LUNAR and it's fresh on my mind, I decided to go ahead and give y'all a full in-depth review. So we're gonna go over the story, graphics, the gameplay, yada yada. Alright, let's get into it. Story. LUNAR is a straightforward and endearing tale of a kid named Alex who want to leave his hometown, go on adventures with his partners, and eventually become a dragon master like his idol Dying. Man, just from the first 10 minutes, I can tell why people got a lot of nostalgia for this game and hold it in high regard. For one, your parents are oddly supportive. So this kid Alex gotta be like 14 or 16. His pops is like, "What? You want to travel to the White Dragon Cave by yourself? I knew this day would come. You real as fuck, my son. Here go a sword for you, slingshot for LUNAR. Be safe on y'all travels and don't come back till you the Dragon Master, boy. I believe in you." Like, damn, alright, pops. In 1999, this must have been an amazing adventure. But if you watch a moderate amount of anime, this story in 2020 will seem about as cookie cutter and standard as you can get. Now that would be a knock against most games, but it actually works in LUNAR's favor, because what it lacks in winding plot points and comically complex motifs.
Who are you?
I'm what's left. Or maybe I'm all there ever was.
I meant your name.
It more than makes up for an abundant world building. It's genuinely surprising how much dialogue is given to nameless NPCs who ain't got no real impact on the outcome of the game. Most of them that you talk to have at least 2 responses, but it's a bunch of NPCs that got way more. And they continue to grow as you progress throughout the game, so you see as you revisit towns that the NPC's dialogue is constantly changing, and they always got new things to say or got an update on their little subplots. Overall, I really enjoy playing through the story of LUNAR. It's not nearly as unique as it probably was 20 years ago, but the way that it's presented to you is timeless and frankly without much fault. The only thing that I really regret is that there isn't more of it. As much time as the game spends on character development, it's odd that they don't go too much into the backstories of each individual character all that much. But overall, I'm gonna give the story for LUNAR 8.5 out of 10. Graphics. This game honestly don't look that great and was dated even for its time. The world map is gorgeous, which is a shame because you really don't spend a lot of time on it. The towns look distinct enough, and while the NPC sprites ain't that special, they actually put a wide variety of them in the game, which I found surprising. Dungeon designs, on the other hand, get kinda repetitive as far as aesthetics. The character designs are cool. Again, 20 years ago, these characters was probably the shit, but in 2020, you just seen all these archetypes a million times. It is cool that the game got a nice bit of voice acting in anime scenes, the former of which can be kind of cringy and the latter of which are actually very well done.
Clark shall be the cornerstone of a new order. My world order. But who shall be my queen?
Character portraits also got a lot of expressions, which helps you bond with them. And if you ever heard me talk about RPGs, you know I'm always a big fan of games that add that extra touch. What's really disappointing is the battle sprites, which are mostly the same as the environment sprites. For as well as they did everything else, this honestly seems especially lazy and not something you can really blame on the times. I mean, it's Super Nintendo games that got better battle sprites than LUNAR. The monster sprites, on the other hand, got a lot of detail and animations. I also thought the spell animations were nice. Overall, I was never visually impressed with Luna aside from some of the anime cutscenes. It's not the worst looking RPG on PS1, and it's also far from being the best looking one as well. I'm giving the graphics in Luna a 6 out of 10. Gameplay. This game is fucking hard, man. I find myself getting wiped way more often than I usually do in an RPG, and it's for a few reasons. So Luna is a standard turn-based RPG with a few unique systems. For example, melee attacks are range-based. What that means is to perform a basic melee attack, your character first gotta move within striking distance with whatever weapon they got equipped. Melee attacks also displace enemies, which is something you can kind of use to get an advantage to knock melee type enemies far away, but honestly it's more likely that you knock the enemy out the range of your melee characters. Magic attacks are area based, so generally you can aim them in a straight line, circle area, single target, or all target. The caveat with that is the turns happen based on speed, so casting something that depends on the enemies being in a straight line, but they got a higher speed stat than your caster, they gonna go first. It's gonna mess up your AoE and you're gonna waste your MP. And MP is a valuable resource in Luna. If you try to conserve it in normal battles by spamming your melee attacks, you're gonna have to spend a lot afterwards to heal. And Luna's only methods of mass healing are story scripted rest scenes and using the goddess Athena statue. And when you in dungeons, you hardly ever see those statues and you hardly ever get those scripted rest scenes. So like if you don't stock up on HP and MP healing items before you go into the dungeon, then you probably gonna have a difficult ass time. I know I did, man, more than once. It took me a while to catch on. Also, the enemies hit hard as hell, man, and in addition to that, it's a few dungeons that just like outright handicap you. It's a dungeon that won't let you use items, it's a dungeon that won't let you use magic, and it's a dungeon that won't let you use melee attacks. Overall, I thought Luna's gameplay was engaging enough. It got a little brutal in spots, but for the most part, I thought it was fair and I liked the challenge. It's also balanced out with other systems, such as allowing you to save anywhere and giving you a little NPC companion that got a chance to revive fallen characters in battle. I'm gonna give the gameplay for Luna a 7 out of 10. Audio. Man, this game got a fucking gold ass soundtrack, bro. I never once played Luna when I was a kid, but this music made me feel like I grew up with this shit. They even threw a whole ass Disney musical number in there and I wasn't even mad.
Is an angel watching closely over me? Can there be a guiding light I've yet to see? I know my heart should guide me, but there's a hole within my soul. What will fill this emptiness inside of me? Am I to be satisfied without knowing?
I would actually be disappointed if I got to the end of a dungeon and it didn't have a boss, because I really wanted to hear the boss music. Moments that should in 2020 be a soggy bag of anime tropes are made into exciting, inspirational, and even sad scenes, all because of the soundtrack. I honestly can't praise it enough, so I'm gonna just let the numbers do the talking. I'm giving the music a 11 out of 10. conclusion. So averaging the scores of each category, we get a score of 8.1. I want to keep the scoring system simple, so we're gonna go ahead and round that up to a final score of 8.5. Now I know this might upset some of the hardcore fans, and to be honest, I get it. If I played this game when I was younger, with less knowledge of RPGs and how they work, and way fewer RPGs to compare it to, this would easily be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell me otherwise. But playing it in modern days, I can clearly see its faults. Regardless, I still hard recommend this game to everybody. Definitely check it out. This game's tight.